Yeah. UTI. Talk your shit. Heather be the creator. Call the name. Four in the room, one fire in the flame. Jada Rebel, he don't play it safe. The professor breaks it down with grace. Beach in the cut, got the real talk locked. Double A, got the bounce that rocks. We bring the edge, we bring the soul. One shot, one wave, one share, go. Say what you mean what you say. Every seat's a front row when we step on the way. Say it loud, don't hold back. This is the spot where the truth runs back. UTR, talk your shit. UTR, talk your shit. J, Professor Meech Double A. UTR, talk your shit. Talk your shit. UTR, talk your shit. Heather B sets it off tonight. UTR, talk your shit. Talk your shit. UTR, talk your shit.
And we are back again, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. UTR proudly presents Talk Yo Shit. And we are back. Did you miss us? We missed y'all. So with tonight, y'all watched it Thursday. We gonna talk about verses. We gonna talk about some of past, present, possibly future verses. We don't know. You know what I mean? We about to talk our shit. We hope y'all talk y'all shit. And with that being said, we gonna get into it. Petty P, if you would please proceed. Bars. MC Slammer, which I know about that. Anyway.
Before we get into any questioning or anything like that, we just gonna talk about it. This is Joe situation with Donnell Jones. What was your thoughts on that? Just real quick. Just give me your honest opinion, real quick.
Well, with what I did see, Joe smoked Donnell Jones. Honestly, like let's just put it out there. Joe actually came to perform. He actually did a good job. I'm not gonna say great or an amazing, but he definitely did a good job. He definitely came, put on a show, came and put on his hits. And honestly, be perfectly honest, when he bought 50 out for it, it's a big risk time, game over. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna let y'all have at it.
We can't hear you.
My bad. I'm gonna say that with the same anger. I was pissed the entire fuck off. I was pissed the entire fuck off because everybody on this panel knows that I'm a huge Donnell Jones fan. I am very aware of his catalog, and knowing that he had shit that he could hit with, because yes, Joe was going to be, it wasn't going to be a landslide, but definitely Joe was going to hit him. Like with the vocals, he was going to hit him with what he wrote. He was going to hit him with, a lot of the songs that he has. So the least that this nigga could have did was brought his vocals to the verses. He left them bitches at home. We don't know what happened to his vocal, but also his mic was fucking up as well, because I even noticed other people that were on his side, for some reason, the sound was just, I did hear that it was off just a little bit. That still don't take away from this nigga not knowing the words, not knowing some of the words of the song. And just, again, the vocals, you putting the fucking reverb on the mic, so you're hearing that back and forth shit. It's like, no, nigga, that's not helping either. Nothing is helping right now. So I was upset because I really, I still enjoyed it, hearing the music, of course, and I enjoyed Joe's side substantially, but it made me a little sad because I was just like, damn, if only your vocals was on point, this could have been more of a, head-to-head situation. Also, I was pissed off the fact that he didn't play Left Eye's verse. You play one of your biggest songs, and mind you, through the verses, they're playing the verses of other people that are featured on their songs. But that one specifically, you decided you're going to leave Left Eye off? You're not going to play her verse at all? but you played the whole verse for Pun. Joe didn't even do that. Yes, he played that whole first verse when he did It's So Hard for Pun. Joe did not do that. All he did was his chorus and then went into the little, bridge, and that was it. Like, we were watching the same verses, right?
I'm sorry.
He did not play the verse. He did not play.
I'm sorry. I'm being irresponsible right now. I'm being irresponsible right now. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
Again, I was just more so upset because I wish that his vocals were better, so that at least it wouldn't have been a motherfucking landslide. Because that's exactly what it was. It was a goddamn landslide. There was nothing that was helping him. I'm sorry. What?
I just want to know what the fuck was you watching, but okay. But
what exactly? What else was I supposed to see?
Everybody else, I'm out of it.
No, fuck all that. You done open up the motherfucking gates. What exactly else was I supposed to see that I just so happened missed?
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out how you figure that vocals was gonna save him. I'm just trying to figure that part out. Like,
what I'm saying is, it wouldn't. I personally don't think it would have been a fucking complete landslide if his vocals was up to par, because he actually was picking good songs to sing too, but his vocals were trash completely, and I'm gonna stand by that.
Stand on it. So, darling, stand by.
Let's be honest here. That motherfucker sounded like he gargled with a gallon of kerosene before he performed on that stage. And it didn't help the fact that there's two gripes I had with that. One, he brought out 702, and even they were garbage. I'm sorry to say, but it's the truth. And what did it for me was you handed it off to your background singer.
Yeah. I forgot about the part.
That I was actually waiting on one of y'all to say that.
I honestly forgot. You just reminded me.
Why? Like, someone please tell me, like, where in the everlasting Western Hemisphere of hell was that logical at? Please, like, somebody enlighten me, because that didn't make no sense.
And for future, just tell the people what you call this. You didn't call it a versus, you called it a what?
I called it a lyrical and vocal 187. Because honestly, Donnell Jones got cooked. He got cooked, flambéed, sauteed, and thrown on the fucking grill. Let's just keep it honest. I mean, I have to say, he did have the songs to go up against Joe's catalog. I will say that. But performance-wise, it wasn't it. And Jerry, you can bring your monkey ass out the damn corner, bro.
No, I'm gonna sit here till this question is over.
This guy.
Fucking crazy, yo.
A1 no sauce, you up?
Go ahead and go on mute.
I don't have anything to say about the verses. It was great to see two guys. It was good to hear some music. I rest my case.
I'm going to say this for anybody, and I do mean anybody, who thought that Darnell Jones was going to come up there and really do some shit. You played yourself. You played yourself very well, and I'm going to tell you why you played yourself. Because have you not been seeing him in concert, forgetting his words, lyrics is not together, jumping in everything? I'm just saying, go there and hear the music and go for the nostalgia of things, because the song is what you resonate with. But if y'all was waiting to hear them vocals, baby, y'all was gonna be waiting, because we already knew him coming for this versus, he wasn't gonna win. He was not gonna win at all. We know this. So for any of y'all that thought that was gonna happen, you played yourself. Simple as that.
No, I changed my mind. I am gonna speak on this versus. People gotta stop being so damn biased. And I again, I'm a Donnell Jones fan. I'm a Joe fan. But at the end of the day, catalog is catalog. Performance is performance. Vocals are vocals. It wasn't an even match. I don't care if Donnell Jones brought his best vocals. There was no way Donnell Jones was going to be able to see Joe. And again, I know people on this panel that personally have high regards towards Donnell Jones. I just don't think that was the best matchup for him. Doesn't say that he's a bad singer. Doesn't mean that his music is trash. To piggyback off of Petty P, I think we've seen what he's been doing over the years as far as performance-wise. We've seen people picking up their belongings and leaving his concerts. We've seen the reviews on every single social media website, from your TikToks to your Instagrams to your Facebooks to your Twitters or X, whatever you want to call it this day. Like, we've seen these reviews. So I don't know, like, was I expecting the reincarnation Darnell Jones from '96? I'm confused. But
and let's be clear, we know that they are older and vocals are not going to be super up to par, but he wasn't even average. And that's just keeping it a buck. And I'm going to say this, Joe vocals went all the way up there, but he damn sure was better than Darnell. But yes, they are older.
That's all that matters when it comes to a versus.
Exactly. But you're right. I'm just
sound
saying.
Better than your opponent.
Exactly. And he did just that. And he also did sing my favorite song. But, that's not near nor there.
All I'm saying is that I would have at least, I'm not saying that it was going to be a vocal slaughter in any sort of way on Donnell's side. I wanted to at least hear, nigga, you at least sound average.
But he didn't.
How?
But he couldn't.
How?
And he didn't.
When
that wasn't going to happen.
It's the week before.
I get that. I'm sorry. Maybe again, it's because what the fuck, bitch? Stop that. I don't give a fuck. I will say that it might be more so my bias because of the fact that I am a fan. But that does not stop me being from a Joe fan at all, because I've been listening to both back to back this entire week just to kind of hear, like, even for my sake, to be like, okay, what does he have that will counter this? What does he have that will counter this? So even me listening to the music again, I still feel like he had enough of a catalog to do it. But I will agree with what you guys are saying. If there was any expectation of him bringing an A game as far as vocals is concerned because of what we've seen, yeah, that was a downer. But excuse me for trying to be optimistic.
But what made it worse is your vocals was horrible. Your background singer vocals was horrible when you passed the mic to him. And then 702 came out and they was trash.
So I will just say that I'm glad that he played the songs that he played. And I'll leave it at that. That's the only thing that I could say.
Did you think that Left Eye is going to save his whole?
I'm not saying that no, that wasn't my purpose. The whole point was, if you're going to play a song, especially something that's as legendary as that, especially when people do love her verse, and you played other verses from other songs earlier all the way through, why not do that for that song? Well, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it was going to save them.
We on a time crunch, one, but two, that was Big Pun song. He was a feature on Big Pun song, opposed to that was Donnell Jones.
But so was Joe on the other Big Pun song. Like, he was also a feature, but he didn't play the verse at all. He just went straight into this shit, and then that was it.
It was apples to apples, pun, feature, opposed to Darnell Jones featuring Left Eye. We on the time crunch. We don't have time to get all the way to that verse. She come in on the last verse.
But do you understand? But you just literally said it.
I do understand the significance of Left Eye, and she's no longer with us, and people love that verse. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't have done any justice to what the final scorecard said.
It wouldn't have helped him out at all whatsoever.
Hold on, before we even continue on with this conversation, let's get to the comments real quick. Let the people know we care, and so we can continue on.
Okay. Christopher, he's in the building. He says, "Damn, alive murdering."
What the deal, Chris?
Unaliving. Just make sure.
Unalive.
No bullshit.
No alive no longer. Facebook.
Chushana, aka Stacy, is in the building.
What's going on?
Happy no see.
And happy belated birthday.
Yes, ma'am.
Happy belated.
And hope you're doing and feeling good today.
Yes, ma'am. For sure.
She says, I thought Donnell was sick, or am I thinking of another singer? No, he's not. He just
I believe it was Joe who was sick, right? Or was it Avant? Joe and Avant was sick, right?
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll get
to
him.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. She
just real quick. Stacey said, "Hey, y'all! Thank you so much. Day by day, we got you, girl.
We here, mama. We here. Continue."
Oh, and she also said it was Avant. You're right.
Okay, I didn't know nobody was sick, but okay.
Yeah, Avant's been sick for a while.
Oh,
yeah.
Prayers to him.
His verses is coming soon as well.
Yes. Hold on. Again, too.
We'll talk about it later.
All right.
It's that guy who got 2 left feet and fall off stages these days. Hey.
Go to the next question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all didn't see that flyer? Oh, I guess not.
When it comes to a versus, what are some of the key components you look for? When it comes to a versus, what are some of the key components that you look for?
I'm gonna let y'all go.
I'll just go ahead and just get it out the way because I know everybody else has their specific answers. But honestly, crowd control is 1. 2 is honestly how well you can utilize your deep cuts. Because again, you can go by hits, but those deep cuts do come in handy when it comes down to certain artists. And honestly, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not professionalism.
Vocals. We just said that.
I know I wasn't going to say that because somebody else was going to say it. I was trying to think of other things outside of that.
Girl, just say with your chest. Just get your shit off. Talk your shit.
I was just trying to figure out how
fully
you said
attended.
it.
We appreciate you trying to leave some of the
day.
But
no one wants to step up and say the answer first. It's
exactly.
You say your answer first and think of something else.
Knock that. Go ahead. Go. She done threw you a fastball. Knock that shit out the park. Go ahead.
Just say your whole list, Hedda.
All I was going to say was professionalism. That's the last one that I was going to say. Honestly, the professionalism has been the biggest thing about some of these verses. Because again, when you get to a point where a motherfucker starts shit talking way too much to the point we're losing the plot here, that is something that I take into consideration for verses and whether if it's going to run smoothly or not. Nigga, we had a whole ass brawl between 2 crews on one fucking stage. Did y'all forget that?
Who was it? I forgot.
3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Well, that wasn't the only one. That wasn't the only one.
It wasn't even a brawl. Someone threw a bottle.
If you would have said,
hold on. Y'all not gonna keep mocking me, man. That's my shit. I'm sorry. I let Busy.
He did throw a water
They threw it
bottle.
at him, but he didn't throw it.
It was a rap after that.
Busy
It wasn't
Busy
really a
said
rap. They were able to come back together.
Busy called them ugly. Busy called them ugly, and Juicy J told him to eat a glizzy, and he threw the water bottle and ran behind Flesh, and that's what happened. So let it go.
Didn't we have one with the locks?
No.
No, they were just talking a lot of shit. From what
I mean, they kind of
which
they may have
one
did a
was
shove. They
Locks?
may have shoved each other
The
a little
Locks
bit,
did
but
2 of them. Not the
Right.
one with Dipset, right?
what the Locks do too?
Didn't they fight with Dipset or?
No, they didn't fight with
I know
Dipset.
what she's talking about.
Okay,
I know
which
what she's
one was
talking
the one
about
with Jadakiss
because
then?
when Cam came out with the lawn chair and they was
Okay, they
shoving each
did.
other and
They
all
did fight. They did fight with Dipset.
that. But when did the Locks have another versus? I don't
They had
know.
one-
was
they
it
had
just
one-
only Jadakiss? Wasn't it Jadakiss?
Yeah,
Okay, maybe it was just-
Jada and Fab did
okay.
one.
Okay.
You're right. It was just Jadakiss.
Okay, so
My
yeah,
mistake.
but like when he came out with the lawn chair and he started like kicking at people and all that other little weird shit. Yeah, so but anyway,
that was another slaughter.
You know, was another one. You can't come on here being sensitive. That can't be sensitive, especially like the rappers, because y'all know that even with the R&B nowadays, you know, they gonna throw blows, they gonna talk shit and all that, and you can't be sensitive to that shit to the point where you want to fight and throw blows. So that's just wild.
I think professionalism only applied to anyone past 55. So like I don't want to see Babyface come out here and fight nobody, nor do I want to see like Johnny Gill. So like, you know, if you are 55 plus, fighting's out for you. But anybody else, like I think talking shit is a part of the process. At the end of the day, we know who's getting beat up. And
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think that's when the sensitivity thing comes in.
You can't be sensitive about it. You say some shit back. Because you knew
sometimes they'll get into their feelings.
Goddamn high heels and all that red. Just saying.
Because I don't know if y'all remember. I think what was it? The one of them way back, like when they were still doing the streaming. It was Sean Garrett in The Dream. Mm-hmm. Like it got to a point where their shit talking became like real personal, and I'm just like, okay, again, we're losing the plot. Or even the fact that Gucci Mane and Jeezy.
Young Jeezy.
Because of their
that actually kind of made it better if you really want to be honest.
That was probably the only one where people were looking forward to the unprofessional.
I think that's what it was for me. Like I really wanted them to square up, like, but I get it though.
Yeah.
But
answer.
Well,
Meech, or Gerald, I'm sorry if you were saying something.
Well, I was just gonna say catalog is definitely a part of it. How in which order you play your song. I personally think if you go second, you probably gonna 9 times out of 10 win if you know how to pick songs at the end of the day. Yeah. Crowd control definitely, and I think performance and like I said, remembrance of your words at the end of the day. Like
I think it's unfair to say crowd control. Like we saw what happened with the No Limit and Cash Money battle. I just think that some people don't relate to some of these artists and it shows in the crowd.
Okay.
I think it was a difference when they first started being in one place together and there was an audience versus what it is today. I think and I know that Cash Money, No Limit one was in Vegas. I know all the rest of them have been in LA. So I know like geographically, I think they should probably consider having these verses in different venues in different parts of the world or different parts of the United States. But I think crowd control might be a little difficult for some folks.
I mean, true, but honestly, Jada showed that crowd control.
I mean, but to a degree, they was in New York as well. So
yeah,
very true, very true. But the only reason
work the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, knowing how to work the crowd. Period.
Crowd control is a little bit different because that's like saying instead of saying crowd control, it's like taking control of the audience, making sure they whatever. It's more of control of your entourage, but know how to work the crowd.
Okay, I can respect that as well. But the only reason why I'm saying that is because, and the only reason why I don't really even completely give it to Jada, because Jada lost against Fab, so he learned from his mistakes, and that's when he was able to come out and he knew how to control the crowd. Basically, he knew what to do and what to say and how to make the verses work in their favor. So that's what I mean when I say
you don't get kudos though for having you don't get kudos for having crowd control in your own backyard. At the end of the day, I give people like crowd control to people like Teddy Riley or Babyface, where everyone's on their feet and be like, you know, and I know they didn't have an audience, but I'm just saying, like, everyone will lock in with those type of artists, and it won't.
Oh, good. Sorry.
Oh, that was
a little technical difficulty.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I do give them a little kudos, but at the end of the day, it's just like if everyone comes to the Lakers at the Staples at the Crypto Arena, it's a home game for you.
It's the Staples Center. Don't do that.
Wow.
Yeah, we still calling it Staples Center.
Ain't nobody calling that shit the Crypto Center.
But I know I was gonna say I wouldn't even say it's all about crowd control. I would say definitely confidence overall, like confidence in your stage presence, confidence in your set list, confidence in your delivery. I think that speaks volumes as far as what makes a versus solid. Because if you don't have confidence in its entirety, it's gonna show. It's gonna show, and people is gonna point that out. Flaws and everything, from how technical difficulties or how vocally weak you are or lyrically weak you are. It's gonna show.
I mean, I do find it interesting how even though
that was a hell of an answer. Talk your shit.
Yeah, that was a good answer.
That was a good answer.
I just find it interesting how verses lately have been making or breaking artists as far as, you know, showing their catalog, or like it went from a place of nostalgia, and I'll read the comments in a minute, but something like what Stephanie said as far as like the stories behind the songs, it went from that to basically, again, like straight up whose catalog is better, who is honestly the better artist.
I don't think no one's getting broke though. At the end of the day, I feel like
no.
I feel like we're locked into these artists. At the end of the day, I think now we kind of sit back and say, okay, this probably wasn't the best matchup. I did some of the other matchups. We could probably say that I didn't expect this to be a great matchup, and it was a great matchup. So, you know, I can think of a couple of them where I just like, yeah, I don't think Tyree should have been matched up with Tank, or I don't think the game in the why. I get it. You know, they're both from whatever.
Compton.
But at the end of the day, like I don't feel like that was the best matchup. But I don't feel like Joe and Darnell Jones was the best matchup. I know
we're gonna probably get more into that for the question. Like we probably got other questions.
Yeah. So I do agree with you though. Instead of I think it exposes people's abilities, especially the younger folks who we expect to be here for a long time. I think it exposes them from, you know, I was like, wow, you can't even hold a note. Like, you know, in all these albums, you singing like you got some serious vocals and you can't even hold a note. You know, I look at antics. Like if I feel like you're doing too many antics, you're trying to compensate for your bad singing or bad performance. So if you got to have your brother come out, Orion, and hand out strawberries or flowers, that's an antic to me. If you got to take a whole bottle of Don Julio to the head just to act like you overly drunk, that's an antic to me. If you got to jump on stage and you have your high-pitched voice and like, you know, stop mocking me, man, that's an antic that compensate for bad performance. I personally don't also like, don't bring your journal and read your 10-page letter. I love you dearly, Brandy. But at the end of the day, like I don't need to hear all this right now. I want to hear your song. I want to see you win this battle, but you over here flipping pages as if like it's the Moesha show. Like, no, that's canceled. That's gone.
Dear diary,
Like cue the music up real quick. Like but that. No, I really feel like sometimes antics can like, or there you go. Antics sometimes I feel like compensate for like bad performances or bad vocals, or I really do feel like when you come with too many antics. That boy Donnell Jones said it's 3:15, and that boy held up 2 fingers. I was like, oh.
I didn't catch it.
I was like, he can't even count. He can't sing. You can't count either.
Oh damn!
Make my 1.69 look at you. Look like the new grading schedule. Look like the new grading scale.
Too, for a second. Heather, no, they're not going broke because guess what? Everybody went back and listened to their shit on some type of streaming platform, so they still got some money just from those streams alone. But what it does also show
is even if they actually have any sort of money coming in. Also
shows who took it serious enough to actually sit there and practice singing and their vocals to get to a certain spot, because a lot of these people, I could tell they didn't practice. Like, oh, I know I sing at home, but you didn't actually practice this fucking song. Mm-hmm. So, go ahead to the comments.
But yeah, I was going to say, before we continue, let me just real quick. Stacey said, the game pissed me off so bad. No drinking on stage. That goes for a couple other motherfuckers, because it wasn't as bad as game down in that fucking Don Julio, but when Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown was on stage, you can tell when that alcohol started hitting Uncle Keith, like for real. And then Stephanie, she says, actually, it's the stories behind the songs I look forward to.
So since we brought up that whole drinking on stage, I'm just going to read this and then y'all tell me. During the verses between YG and the game, we watched him chug a bottle of Don Julio, and then he just went viral again for chugging another half a bottle of Don Julio. Afterwards, he said, I don't do it every day, but I do it some days. What are your thoughts on
that? My thoughts on it is he's a fucking weirdo. He is a loser. He lost the verses. And like I said, I personally think it was like Double A said, I think it was an antic to compensate for his lack of performance, his lack of music against YG, because he knew in his heart of hearts he wasn't about to beat him song for song.
That's true.
There's, like I said, and then like just piggybacking off what Hedda said in a previous question, if he probably would have picked the right songs, he probably could have kept up a little bit. He probably could have kept up, but no, he want to chug a whole little thing. He want to have a whole bunch of prop women on stage that all look afraid of him and just doing the most. And now you up there. And then not to mention you. Oh, what's Bracken? What's Bracken? This, bro. You don't talk like that. Knock it off. Like, bro, just sit back, dude. Bro, you about to be 50 and you still. That's why I don't care for game like that. No growth since 2009. So, or whenever he came out, I can't give you the exact 2006. I'm sorry. So no growth since then.
When you say no growth, are you talking about the hood mentality?
Hood mentality. His rhymes. I heard one of the songs from his latest project, and I swear to you, it was some of the shit that I've heard on one of his mixtapes. Like essays, Jamaicans, white boys, and Asians, and then like, bro, how many? We know, we know, we got it. We know you know everybody. We know you cool with everybody. Like, bro, get some more lyrics, bro. Like, yeah, I was over there in Compton and this.
What is that? Rolls Royce white Porsche?
I feel like Jay's hate for the game is almost up there with his hate for Jay-Z.
I knew you was going to mention
right here.
I said almost. It's not quite there. It's almost there.
It's getting there.
I just don't think. Look, I just don't think that game. I don't think game is who people make him out to be. And I get sick of hearing that. And it's the same thing with Jay-Z, because all that, oh yeah, he top three where? Like, another conversation another day.
So you basically call it Game overhyped?
Yes, most definitely.
I was just confirming.
And then, like I said, I saw a poll today where they asked, is he top 3 West Coast artists of all time? And you know how many motherfuckers said he was? I was like, bro, y'all can't be serious. Out of all the West Coast that we've had, Game is top 3? Negative, bro. But
I don't know about that.
My opinion at the end of the day. And I got on red and it's fucked up.
My whole thing about the game and him doing that is because also what, I don't know if y'all seen the clip of him basically talking to AB about his alcohol issue. And I'm like, how the fuck? Okay. And it was actually people in the comments like telling him like, yeah, he included himself in the same conversation. But still, you decide to do those type of antics knowing that, like, you know what? That's my issue. Game literally does everything for some sort of fucking attention, whether if it's good or bad. Like, he likes that shit. Like, he really likes that shit. That's why this nigga loves sitting here starting rap beefs out of fucking nowhere. Nigga don't even know why this motherfucker's beefing, and it's all of a sudden he just releases shit, and it's like, the fuck? Like, what is your issue right now? But he knows it's gonna get him attention. The drinking the fucking bottle. He knew that shit was gonna be on people's minds, and people was gonna talk about it, whether again if it looked good or if it looked bad. Like, that's my issue with Game, is that he's a fucking attention whore. Like, he's a straight attention whore.
I have a 2-part to this question, but I want y'all to answer this first before I get into the second part. Okay.
I think by me being the only Game fan on the stage, I would say that Game drinks like this at every concert. This is nothing new. I just think that this is new for y'all because this is y'all first time witnessing him doing this type of thing. Is he a weirdo loser? Yeah. I think that everybody who's in this rap game, I don't think no one's really hardcore frontline game banging. So I think when you make comments such as you're 50 years old still saying blood this, blood that, I look at YG, I look at everybody else as like, yeah, you're acting as well.
Too. You can compare that to Stu because he takes pills all the time.
Yeah.
If we're not talking about one of our legends, I don't think you're really game banging out. And just my opinion. And I'm not saying you're not from that neighborhood. I'm not saying you to get raised in that neighborhood, but I have seen guys act a certain way when cameras are turned on in front of them, and act a completely different way when the cameras are not rolling. I think it's part of the act of being an artist that sometimes you're portraying a character, and that character may not be who you really are in real life. Could be your childhood, might be your childhood friend, might be the guy you wanted to be in the hood. Just because you lived in the hood don't make you from the hood. I do understand that people pay to get put on the hood as well. Not saying this about anybody particularly, not saying this about anyone particularly. I know there's guys who come from Virginia and all of a sudden now they're a blood from Compton.
Who say big soldier from the hood?
Well, again, when that comes with compensation checks for the hood, I understand why he is part of the hood.
Right.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Game does things. I will agree with Hedda for the first time in many, many seasons. I think he is an attention whore. Although, you look to see who his manager is, he's an attention whore. I understand that sometimes in order to stay relevant, you must do things to keep you relevant.
But jumping somebody else's rap beef, bro, is not the way to be relevant. That's like me and Meech going back and forth, and then you come in, yeah, I'm on Meech's side, and then wait a minute, who are you? Wait a minute, why are you?
You got to remember, whether it's negative or positive, you're still being relevant.
You're still relevant.
Don't matter, and that's how they look.
At the end of the day, another person that's signed underneath WAC 100, Ray J, is now a boxer. and he's terrible. He now says the most controversial things on podcasts and streams. At the end of the day, it's
that's what it's come down to.
It's publicity, and sometimes
it comes down
whether
to
it's
clout.
good or bad, it still keeps you in the headlines. Okay. Blueface has had another baby, and guess what? We saw Blueface get knocked out the other day at the baby shower.
But did y'all hear who the chick is supposed to be? That he had the baby with?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Debo's daughter?
Debo's daughter. Mm-hmm.
I heard that.
Now, can y'all just imagine if that is, and if Debo was still alive?
That wouldn't even be happening.
I think, again, Debo was portraying a role in the movie, but I don't think Lester.
Tiny Lester. I was about to say, put some respect on Tiny's name.
Right.
Anyway, go to the comments, though.
Go to the comments, and then I'll read the second part to this.
As Stacey said, facts, weirdo for sure. Eli's in the building. He says, well, damn. He said, what did I walk into? He also says, drop your 10, big dog. Talk your shit. I think that's for you, Jay.
Oh, it's definitely for me.
And he says, not top 10 West Coast rappers is nasty work. Ooh,
I said top 3. I said top 3, Eli.
I said,
he also says, leave VA out of this. We are in our own world, big dog. How we catch a stray. Damn.
But where's the lie at, though?
I could probably name 10 that's better than Game for sure.
I can, too.
Absolutely.
From the West Coast.
Maybe even 15. Right.
I don't know about 15, but 10.
You can get 15.
He made top 15.
Yeah, he in top. Yeah, I'm shit. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if he was in your top 10, but I'm as far as West Coast. But you is not about to sit up here and tell me that he's top 3. Like
if he's
in
top
West
10,
Coast.
he's number 10.
I will agree with that.
Facts.
With an asterisk next to that. Like, that shit come with an excuse. This number 10 can be changed at any time now. Like, but go ahead.
Okay. What are y'all thoughts on the game saying that Kendrick Lamar and Black Sam ain't picking up his phone calls anymore, despite taking both Kendrick and Nipsey on tour, he says. Also, how do you feel about the game using Nipsey's name to profit off of him with the prolific clothing and the prolific record label? What are your thoughts on that?
First of all, fuck Game when it comes down to that. Because when he first was addressed in regards to that, I think, what was it, the Drink Champs episode where he was asked about it? You were sitting here saying that you really had no, it was almost like you were sitting here saying like it didn't matter to him if he was there or not, or as far as the pop out shit. Like, you had a lot to say in regards to that. You had a lot in regards to say about your affiliation or your connection with Drake, which again, you did that shit again on Verzuz. Of just like, I don't give a fuck, I still fuck with the homie. Okay. Like, you do and say certain things, but then wonder why motherfuckers is not fucking with you. Like, you've kind of always shown that you can be a fake individual when you want to be. So why are motherfuckers going to fuck with you? Like, how do you expect motherfuckers to sit here and fuck with you with the antics that you do? I'm like, that's honestly the only reason. Like, if you look at it, look at every single West Coast person that was at the fucking pop out. In essence, Game probably should have been there as well, but that shows you what type of character he has, where motherfuckers is like, yeah, you're not even going to be a part of this shit, even though this is like West Coast history, low-key, that we make it. We're not even going to have you there. So I don't know why he's even questioning that shit. But that's what I said. Sorry.
Good point. That's all I'm gonna say.
You better just say everything in the nutshell.
Disrespect is disrespect, y'all. At the end of the day,
is disrespect.
No one has really ever fucked with Game, with the exception of a little bit of Dr. Dre.
And I don't even think that happened.
That was very limited at the end of the day. But I think there's a little bit of too much cockiness. I think Game got to really humble himself. And again, there's a lot of disrespect. I don't care who been in the game longer. I don't care what you have done for your community. I just think there's time and place for respect, and I think he has failed miserably on showing respect to other West Coast rappers, especially ones right here in his own backyard. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say he's never done anything great, because I know he has done some great things. But at the end of the day, I just think that you can't do one great thing and then turn around and say something to turn around to disrespect that person and think that everything's gonna be all good and dandy. So
or they gonna pick up the phone when you call.
yeah, I just think Gang, again, kind of piggyback off of what you said earlier, Jay. I think Gang he really gotta grow up. I think somewhere I'm on that line. He never transitioned to the man he was supposed to transition to, and at some point, the older guys got to pass the torch down to the younger guys. And I don't know why he still lived somewhat in his head that he's still the man on top when he hasn't been. He's never been the man on top. So, if you can fix it, but if you can't, just move out the way. And like you said, I even think he probably should have been part of that halftime show back when Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. At the end of the day, that just shows representation of how the West feels about you, sir. And that should be enough said right there.
And I don't think it's, in his lyrical of his, his music, but it's the antics, it's the dealing with all the bullshit that comes with it, And a lot of times when people are around that stuff so much, or they see it and they don't want to deal with the bullshit, you can be the greatest person, but if I don't want to deal with you, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna even deal with it. I'm gonna push it to the side. And so I feel like until he grows up and humble himself, he's always going to be put in that place where he could have been or should have been there, but he's not going to be there.
And just to add on, sorry. I just want to add on to what Aaron said in regards to, going back to the question and him feeling like someone owes him some sort of phone call or communication because of what they've done for them in the past. That's almost equivalent to like parents saying like, oh, I did this for you, did that for you, but you still exhibited toxic behavior and you expect to still have some sort of connection to that child. It's like a person could be very grateful for certain opportunities that you've given them and say that, but you can also be a disrespectful motherfucker as well that they don't ever have to deal with again either after that line is crossed. Like, I never understand that when people feel like because you extend a hand or some sort of extension that the gratitude should always be there even after they've disrespected you. That's kind of insane to me.
And then what are y'all thoughts on him saying Black Sam ain't picking up, Kendrick ain't picking up, but you done literally made prolific clothing and prolific record label to pretty much make money off this man.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm gonna be honest, it's just the way, it's just a money grab at this point, because like I said, his albums ain't selling, his freestyles ain't selling, nothing is selling anymore for him, so he has to do anything to somehow bring money in. So if he got to jump on the prolific Nipsey bus, that's what he's gonna do. If he has to jump and say they not like us tennis shoes or something, that's what he gonna do at the end of the day, because like I said, nobody's buying. His career is over at this point. His career is done. That's why you still performing at Barbary Coast and shit like shit like that. So
I know you did not say Barbary.
Oh God.
So it doesn't really. So that's why I'm like, bro, just let it go. You ain't got like.
Sorry, go ahead, and then I say it.
No, I'm just saying, like, until, like y'all said, and like I said, until you show some growth, bro, ain't nobody fucking with you. You, like I said, you still talking about gang banging, bro. You still talking about the homies did this, the homies did that at 46 years old, bro. Don't nobody care. Talk about something else. We get it. You big as blood in Compton. We got it. But you've been doing that shit since 06. So
you know what I find strange about that though? Because he said something and it just kind of made me laugh. you know, I'm whoop de whoop, cedar block, blah blah blah, right? Always have been, always will be. No, you ain't always have been.
Like nigga, you was
You
already
was a
there that you was a
full-fledged Crip
transformer.
before you became a Blood.
Yeah, it was
And so
already
that
put
kind
out
of
there
threw
he
me.
was a
But then,
transformer.
right, and
Well,
then
like I
it's
said,
kind of like,
I don't know his cripping background. I mean, I've heard what you said. I don't know. I mean, I personally haven't heard anything to where it has said anything to that nature. But like I said, regardless of if you was blood or cripping, regardless of that, bro, your raps are still the same. You like I said, you think you the shit, but you still rapping like you in 2006. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care, bro. Let
That's a
like I
fact.
said, when Nipsey, when that's the reason why the world loved Nipsey. Nipsey came out, yeah, he was Slauson Boy, this, that, and the third. But then after a while, you start seeing the growth. He started talking about, getting money and putting it places and investing and excuse me, etc. The word, like I said, we saw growth at the end of the day. There's no growth with him. It's like everything is antics. 50 Cent beefing with somebody, he want to jump in. Why?
because he need that relevancy.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's two East Coast rappers. You a West Coast rapper. Why are you jumping in East Coast beef? Oh, because that's the homie. So you fight all your homies' battles? All of them? Like, fuck out of here. Them is grown ass men. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they're older than you. So why are you even bothering them? But my opinion. Can we get to the comments before?
Misha, did you answer?
What
Go
else
ahead.
is there to what else is there to say? Like, bro, I think his ego won't allow him to grow. I mean, he believes he's larger than life. He believes that he can't be touched. When lyrically, you got rappers out here that will humble you real quick. Like, bro, you. I'm not even gonna bring up the whole fact that you dropped a 10-minute diss track on Eminem, bro. And after listening to that, I wanted those 10 minutes of my life back because that shit was ass. And the fact that your ego won't allow you to be humble. Your ego won't allow you to expand mentally. So for that, because of your ego, you basically burned your own bridges at the end of the day. And and yet you want to switch around and play victim. Like, oh, why is such and such not fucking with me? When you can't even look in the fucking mirror and realize that you are the very instrument of your own downfall and the instrument of why those bridges got burnt. So until you realize that, motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck with you. That's it, and that's all.
Oh,
Bingo. Aaron, did you? Because I know you were away for a second.
We can move on. I think I said all I want to say about the game.
Okay. No, I get it. All right. Eli says, "Say y'all 10. LOL. Stick your chest out." Randall's in the building. Welcome back.
What the deal?
He says he's not top 3, but he's definitely top 10. The documentary is a classic. Yes, we all
For sure.
Very true. But the funny thing, Randall, I think the Doctor's Advocate is better than the documentary, in my opinion. Continue.
Eli says now Game as a person is definitely the embodiment of cocaine in the 70s. The hell? He also says you can't trust a man who had a butterfly tattoo at one point. I cannot with you. Next question.
Do you think the verses will continue to have longevity, or do you think it's going to eventually fizzle out and soon?
I personally want versus to fizzle out and be done at this point. Now, at the end of the day, I know we can go until there's no more people who want to sign up for this versus anymore. But I feel like it doesn't feel the same no more. I really feel like what we had during the pandemic, what we had during COVID, is not what we have today. And excuse me, even the virtual matchups are now even better than the in-person matchup. So I feel like let's not expose no more of our R&B singers. Let's just now find something new to do. The world is open up outside as long as we stay away from the lettuce. But other than that, like I think we should now curve away from verses. And at the end of the day, like you notice like there's barely any people keeping track of score anymore. You notice there's not even an after show no more. Like that, I feel like all that we got during when versus first happened, we were only given a small doses of it now. So Tim, Swiss, if y'all hear me, let's go back to the drawing board and let's figure something different out, or let's grow with this idea, or let's let it go. That's how I feel personally.
So is Tim and Swiss still over it?
Yeah, that's their.
That's just kind of
I believe that's their versus.
They own it, but they have partnerships.
Okay,
like with Complex and Apple.
And I also feel like the quality of the verses that we're getting now is not what we were getting during COVID. We got that intimacy of getting these people on there and actually hearing lyrics and understanding the words, and then giving a little backstory to some of these songs and how it's written. To now we have these where everything is just fast. So we gotta skip, we gotta go, and a lot of times you don't even really get to hear the music because you got so many people just talking shit on stage and they doing all this stuff. But we're here for the music and not for the bullshit.
Right.
I agree. I feel like they're going to go through so many people that a lot of these people that are going to these verses are not going to even know who they are, to the point where then they're going to be doing all these mumble rappers on stage. Because if you look at the verses where these people are going, and we know these are classic hits, and we know these people, and we know their music, and you got these people in the crowd that don't know what the fuck is going on because they don't know the music. They're just there.
And I think that's my issue with also the longevity of verses being continued because of those very same partnerships. Because what I noticed that once it went like between that, where it went from like Triller or whatever to Complex, that's when you notice the crowds changed. It was no longer a cater to who those artists were. Like you notice that with even going back to the Isley Brothers, or going back to when they did, was it Gladys Knight and who went against each other? I can't remember, but when it was a lot of like the older artists, you notice that the crowd matched it. You notice that the people who were in the crowd were catered to what that music was. But now, because, again, it changed from Triller to Complex. Complex is mostly a younger crowd, period. Like with their Complex cons and everything, it's always going to draw a younger crowd. So yeah, it's no longer matching who the artists are. So you don't get that same energy, and the intimacy is gone as well. Just
with Patti
LaBelle, Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle.
Oh, it's Patti LaBelle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The intimacy is gone as well. Like remembering what a lot of those older verses was, like the one that really pops in my head is the Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. Everybody had a common ground of, bitch, this was not a fucking verses. This was healing. This is what we needed at the time. And because verses came out during the pandemic where that was necessary for it to really like bring people together when we couldn't physically been together, now removing that and where it is now, it really took away the pure essence of it.
Personally, for me, I think versus became too commercialized. If that makes any sense. I mean, like like I pointed out earlier, going back to what versus initially meant in the beginning, like you got to hear, catalog versus catalog, but also you got to hear like backstories behind certain songs. And what and I have a feeling once they went to complex is when, to me, versus completely lost the concept and the plot. Like some of the matchups, like it was pointed earlier, it really didn't make no sense. Like certain artists shouldn't have been matched up, and you really didn't get you really didn't get to hear like uh what's the word I'm looking for? I I would go on to say like versus became unauthentic. It became unauthentic, and it became, in some cases, tough to watch because of like all of the commercialism, and also also you basically pressed for time, so you really don't get to like the engagement not only with artists and crowd with artist to crowd. You don't get that engagement anymore. So I have a feeling the more commercialized it becomes, the easier it's gonna be for verses to fizzle out, if that makes any sense.
I agree with that.
You know why versus won't fizzle out though? Because we continue to watch it, and until we stop until we stop subscribing to that bullshit, and not all of it's bullshit, but until we stop subscribing to it, it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna fizzle out. I was on Instagram on the Versus Live, and there was like over 900,000 people still watching Joe mop Donnell Jones. And at this point, it wasn't even like it was to the point where we were just waiting to see either how bad Donnell Jones was going to do or what song Joe was going to perform next. So it's just like we wasn't even tuned in for the right reasons no more.
Right. Well, let me ask this question then. Do you think if we change the formula back to it being virtual, it would change the dynamics of it?
No.
It's still going to be commercialized at the end of the day.
Personally, I would like it to go back to producer to producer. To be God honest,
I think until like some people drop their pride in their pockets, get in the versus ring and let's see what you can do. I think that some of our biggest singers won't touch that platform because it doesn't relate to dollars for them in their pockets. You know, there's no reason why there's people like Chris Brown or Usher or any other bigger name rappers that we haven't seen in the verses yet. Like
because they believe that their catalog can outdo any rapper's catalog at that point.
Which is completely
false.
Like they don't need to do it. Like they
true, but that too. But like I said, it's either ego or they feel their catalog is too big to match with anybody. And the funny thing is, it's completely untrue. Like
you can't tell me someone like a Lauryn Hill don't need a verses. Like you might need
we might be waiting about 5 hours for her to get there. It's supposed to start at fucking 6, but she ain't gonna get there.
We don't tell her it starts at noon, so she can be there by 6.
Wow,
right.
Or it might.
Okay, now but if we do Lauryn Hill, who are we putting her up against?
Well, I don't even know who to put Lauryn Hill against. Honestly, I think it might be better to do like a group like Lauryn Hill and the Fugees. It was somebody else, honestly.
Well, they're gonna be missing a person because that person's in jail.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time someone's missing from a versus, right?
I was gonna say that it's not. You've seen that.
Okay, let's put it this way. Let's flip the
baby.
question. Who's an artist you think need a versus, but you don't know who could go up against him?
There's no one for Outkast if they was to do ever a versus. Based off of longevity, there's no one that can go up against Drake. I'm sorry. Not saying all his music is the greatest, but just the type of music that Drake does, the pop, the rap, the singing, there's no one for Drake that can really match apples to apples.
Not even Chris?
Who?
Chris?
I think they're two different types, two different styles.
I mean, the reason why I say that is because Chris does dabble in, in his other earlier albums in those different genres of music as well. That's the only reason why I'm saying Chris could probably go up against him.
Yeah, maybe.
I think
everybody wants to see the Chris. Everybody wants to see the Chris Brown Usher versus. Honestly, that's probably more the favorable matchup everybody wants to see.
Can't afford to go to that versus.
Shit. I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, that is a versus.
We'll be watching from the Instagram seats.
Nah, my sister ain't going.
I think Ice Cube deserves a versus.
Against
who would you put Ice Cube in the ring against?
I mean, I couldn't tell you, but the only reason why I'm about to say this name is because they compare him as far as just them as rappers, but Scarface. I'm not saying that
I can see that though.
I can see it too, but like I said, Ice Cube definitely deserves a versus.
I want a versus from DJ Quick, and not just not just his own catalog, but like his producing catalog.
Yeah,
I would love to see a DJ Quick
Matter
versus.
Fact, now that you put him up there, Dre. I would love to see Dre. I would love to see Dre and Quick go against each other.
I think Dre got too much for Quick. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. But
I don't think so.
Oh, you said Dre. At first, it sounded like you said Drake, and I was going to say what?
Yeah,
it's kind of
excuse me, Dr. Dre. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you on that 70s cocaine that Eli was talking about. You said Drake.
Yeah, that's that Studio 51.
Y'all see the confusion on my face?
But I think Dre and Quick would be a good versus. But like I said, I don't know. Let me see who else could do some damage.
I think Missy deserves one. She has
that'd be crazy, but
I just don't know who she would go up
against. But
Missy
will probably mop the floor with anybody they put in front of her.
Like I remember a long time.
That's the only person she could go against at this point.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let me just run to the comments real quick because this one's been sitting here for a while. Randall says when the verses first started, it was at least 3 or 4 hours going down memory lane and getting the story behind the music, the thought process. Now it's a money grab, tickets, and a quick show. Agreed. He said Busta Rhymes versus Missy. Facts. I remember for a while people kept kind of throwing that out there.
Wait.
Busta Rhymes had a versus, didn't he?
I think he did.
I don't think he ever.
No, he did.
No. He probably came out.
He came out with someone's verses, right?
He came out on somebody. But is he saying Busta Rhymes versus Missy?
Yeah, but people were actually talking about that for a second. I don't know why.
Bro. Like I respect the Busta Rhymes comment. I even respect the Missy comment, but putting them in the ring together, nah, that's a crazy little vibe.
Different.
It may be a concept good on paper, but execution wise, no. I don't think
the same character. It has to be like a Missy Elliott versus Timbaland. Like at the end of the day, they're gonna be sharing the same songs and everything like that. So
personally, I feel like it makes sense if it was like a versus of music videos. I think
So
they
we
would
gonna-
go
so-
head to head.
So
Remember, they were
That-
they were two of the most creative, besides Ludacris, because he also had a lot too. But
for sure.
between Missy and Busta, they had a lot of creative ass fucking videos that they did.
I feel like that would be like a creative like boost to kind of like bring people back to verses as well. If we took it outside of just performing your hits, but also like doing like a music video versus opposed to just, you know, us up here performing it. I think that would kind of like bring verses back a little bit as well. In my book, it would like.
So it would be like Missy versus Busta, and we watching their music videos on screen.
We're watching it like we watch like a minute and a half of each music video head to head, and like who had the better music video.
Yeah, that would probably be good from the Instagram seats right there.
I know it's not possible, but what even would be doper, let's say if they even took it into the realm of music video directors versus music video director. It would be even doper if they had it playing in like the video in the background and the actual artist came out to perform the songs. I know it's not possible because some of those artists would not come to do it, or they may have passed away. But that would actually be a kind of a dope concept, I think. You never know.
I'm really trying to think. Is there any other people that I would love to see have a versus that actually has a catalog that can go, that can stretch?
Did T.I. ever have a versus?
No, you never actually.
T.I. would be good. T.I. would be good.
But just real quick, let me just real quick just run through the comments. May Love is in the building. She says, "Hey guys, welcome." Hey girl. Randall said you can't tell me it wouldn't go up and be all up. It would.
No, I'm not saying it's not going to be all up. I'm just saying that on paper is two different vibes, and like I said, and like me said, execution wise, I don't see it happening. But if they want to do music videos and they somehow come with some sort of format, by all means.
I could have swore we had. I might be wrong. I could have swore we had one for something included jazz. No, never mind. That was something different. But Eli says, "Fuck it. I need an LL Cool J versus or a DJ versus, specifically that Jazzy Jeff."
For nostalgic purposes,
no,
possibly.
You're gonna lose a lot of people that way. I don't know. I think it's a good idea, but at the same time, I'm not sure how many people will tune in for a DJ spin battle. That kind of like now puts you in the realm of only a certain amount of people.
I mean, yes and no, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because they have a lot of DJs that get up there and how they mix songs and do all that shit together, and people go there just to hear the DJs mix. Having two DJs go back to back and mix some shit together too would be fun.
Did we have a DJ battle though?
Or even have sets against sets, S-E-T.
We urging, we know.
Each other. No, because somebody would be like, the DJ's having sex. I don't want to see it, bro. I'm not saying that, but to see somebody do DJ sets against each other, that probably would be dope. But I do agree. I don't think that you're gonna hold the crowd that long. And some people can enjoy. Some people will enjoy the craft, and some people are just gonna shit on it. But
I say that because if you go to YouTube, they have these DJs where these people and they're spinning and they have these people, and I mean they are working the crowd. It's all about how you work the crowd with your music. It can work. It's like going to a club and liking the music that the DJ is playing and how they put a spin on something. So it can work. It just depends on how they do the music.
And that was the back in the day, the pre-show before they did all that talking. They had DJ sets going on.
Yeah,
to hype the people up.
Shit, to be honest with you, I missed that shit because the minute that I see Ebro come across my goddamn screen and we're just sitting here having this commentary, why are we doing this? Like, why the fuck are we doing this shit?
Because they're not ready yet.
Exactly.
I'm like, the after frankly, is not bad. You're talking.
That's my bathroom break.
But we got two more comments. Mayla says, "Busted and Twisted."
Okay, go ahead.
Possibly.
possibly.
As
Busta
far
and
as catalog,
Twista?
I feel like Busta
gonna kill
it'll be a
Twista.
landslide.
Yeah,
It really
I don't
will.
think Twisted
I mean,
catalog
honestly,
is big and long enough for that.
Yeah, I don't think so
yeah.
either.
I don't.
I mean,
either.
I will say it'll be a good comparison as far as style is concerned, but yeah, Busta's
That's a
his
fast
catalog
reference.
is too his catalog
It's
is
that.
too extensive.
What if they did like a hologram versus? Like, what if they did like being in pocket against each other
People are
in a
against
hologram form?
people are against AI right now. So a lot of people.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, at this time, if they announce it, yeah, that would be why are we doing this? Well, we still have more artists that are alive that we can utilize. We don't need to go down that fucking road with these people. But we have 2 more comments. Eli says, if you're a real DJ, you can hold a crowd worldwide for hours. That's facts. And he also says, who y'all putting Janet against?
Jay ain't gonna do no verses.
Jay ain't gonna do no verses, but
She ain't fucking with black people right now.
Well, damn.
Thanks, BET.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, are you saying?
No.
No, I'm so serious. After how they did
But-
her and her brother.
Yeah.
There's no one that can face. There's no one that can face.
I don't
Jay.
think the only one who probably could face her is Beyonce. It's the only one who can face her. Honestly,
I got a lot of respect for you for even saying that, sir. Knowing how you feel.
I didn't want it. You saw the frustration in my face. I didn't want to say it, but I had to say it because there's literally no other artist that can even match her star power, her catalog, or anything else from. Yeah, that's the only person I can see.
Honestly, that does make sense because, like we said, yeah, to put Janet in the verses, you gotta have someone that can match energy for energy, song for song, stage presence for stage presence. Of like putting Janet in the verses and it'd be a mismatch. Yeah, they're going to cook that versus into oblivion and beyond.
But
I'm gonna ask this question. Go ahead, and then I'll ask the question. It's for Double A.
I just want to know: do y'all want R. Kelly to have a versus?
Oh Jesus, let's not go. Let's not open that can.
What is it benefiting though for him to have a versus?
I'm just saying, like, we talking about people
who would he go up against? Let's just be honest.
That's also a great question, but I'm just saying that are we completely knocking him out the box to where it's just like his music contribution isn't worth putting on stage? Let's just say hypothetically that the man becomes free and he speaks that he wants a versus. Would we as a culture?
Who is he gonna do the verses with?
Mr. Biggs, Ronald Isley.
At that point, that ain't a versus. That's a goddamn concert.
I mean, that's what it used to be. That's what it was.
It's too much of a high risk that they won't do it.
I think
I can guarantee you they will pack that crowd out though. It's a lot of people that still fuck with this music.
That'll be the very last verses ever because they're gonna cancel verses after that. They like
if that ever happened, that would literally be the very last one because it's me not completely removing the music catalog because it's literally everything he wrote, everything that he
everybody
with everybody, but
and produced.
Nobody is going to touch that shit because
it sucks because if he does get out, he already paid his debt to society. So why are we still holding that against him? But then
they're still going to do it.
They're still going to do it. So at the end of the day, like
no, but if he was to throw a concert, he could make some money.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, because
like if he gets out, he needs to go straight. If he gets out, he needs to go straight on tour. Bottom line.
And it's gonna be motherfuckers that's gonna support.
And it's gonna be, and I guarantee you, it's gonna be packed. guarantee you it's gonna be packed.
It's gonna be packed. But
It's going to
just
be
as many
packed, but it's going to be the same
protesters on the other side as
conversations.
well.
It's going to be the same conversations, the same think pieces, even in regards to the fucking Chris Brown shit right now. It will be the same people having the same think pieces, talking about the same shit. Like, it's
and
really,
the show will go on.
But yet people will still be there.
The show will go on. Not saying that I'm with the situation, but I'm just saying, like you just pointed out, the Chris Brown shit, but the show is still going.
People still happily handing over their
$1,000. Exactly. And happily to see him be suspended from string. So it's gonna happen. So, and then not to mention another person I actually want to ask, Mary J.
No.
Y'all really? That would be a bad.
No, I
didn't say she had to dance.
Really?
I'm just saying
that's the problem. She don't get up there and want to dance.
Okay.
Who would Mary J. Blige go against though?
Yeah, I didn't see her just come on stage and with Method Man and Usher brought her out.
Right.
I did not.
And
see
she
that.
still hit that shit. I thought she was gonna fall.
I thought she was having a seizure.
How do y'all feel about Mary and again, if you can tear me up if you want to, but what about Mary and Faith?
No.
Mary would kill Faith.
Exactly. Faith don't have enough hits to go in the back and change her clothes. She gotta stay out there in the same outfit.
Her vocals ain't strong enough to go against Mary's. Now, if Kiki Wyatt has some more songs vocally, she could go up against Mary.
And in that case, I'm sorry, even if it was a situation where Kiki had more songs, I think in that case. Wait, you talking about Kiki versus Mary or Kiki versus
Mary?
Okay.
You know what?
I thought she said Keisha Cole, but okay.
No, I did
no
not
one said no
Keisha
Cole, bro.
I thought
Kiki Wyatt.
Kiki Wyatt.
Kiki Fertile Wyatt.
Vocally.
You know what? I will put Mary J. Blige and Mariah Carey in the ring.
I was getting ready to ask you, Double A, if we put her in one, who would you put her up against?
Mariah Carey and Mary J. Blige actually
be good.
I feel like their egos are so big.
It's gonna be a lot of screaming.
They want to go against each other. Though.
Well, again, Mariah's never going to touch a versus matchup. I think that she thinks she's too good for anything.
Well, I mean, what is it? It's August 22nd.
Certified egoholic. What you expect?
I'm about to say it's August. It's August 22nd, so she probably unthaling right now. So she probably could go to a verse.
Let's not even.
She's not gonna do it, y'all.
When she fully throw it out, she probably do it.
No, she's a fucking egoholic. Of course, she's not gonna touch that shit.
Okay.
See, Eli done already started with the fuckery. I'm gonna go ahead and just read this comment and get it out of nowhere. He says, "Mary versus Mariah. Mary would bust her ass."
You lost your mind. You lost your mind.
And I knew that was gonna fuck with every
You have lost your everlasting mind.
I'm sorry. I may have my controversial takes, but Eli, that I can't even agree with you on that. We talking Mariah here.
You know, Butterfly alone, right, Heather? Is gonna bust.
Mary would bust Mariah?
Hey, let's not stop there. We're gonna add the Glitter album to it. And it's really
going too far, Jay. You're going too far. MC Slammer.
They're not gonna pick the album from the 3-car freight train of bullshit.
The Glitter soundtrack was not that bad. The movie was horrible.
What'd you say?
Don't listen to her. Please don't listen to her. Let's move on.
No, not Heather. I was talking to Patrice. What'd you say?
Oh,
I need to see Marsha Ambrosia in a versus.
Oh, okay.
I need to see her in one. Her vocals are just
Marsha Ambrosia and Lettucey.
I can see that. I can fucking that. That would be dope.
That would be nice.
That would be dope.
It's two of them. It's two of them and only one of Marsha Ambrosia. There's two members in Lettucey, right?
No, Lettucey.
Lettucey is one person.
Oh,
you talking about Floetry, bro? Like,
Floetry. My bad.
So Floetry would be Marsha.
Yeah, Floetry. You know, we not gonna count.
I just think Marsha because even that last album she did was Chef's Kiss. So yeah, Marsha and Lettucey together, I can see it.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see.
I would actually love to see that.
You know, in the old school verses, yeah, it's not in his new school verses, though. It ain't gonna get appreciated the right way.
You're absolutely right, but I would love to see that.
That is a fact, though.
Let me just read these comments real quick. Eli was laughing. He also says he's like, that's my point. We talking Mariah. So you're saying Mariah would win? Is that what you're basically saying?
Not earlier. He said Mariah's gonna get her ass bust.
Oh, he said them. You know, he's serious. He says them first 3 Mary albums. I stand on it.
Yeah, so he's rooting for real love, I guess.
Real love.
What's the 411? Share my world and my life.
It's gonna be a good versus. I just,
Oh, for sure. Like that's for sure.
It ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
Hell no. But anyway, next question.
Which decade had the strongest run for hip hop innovation? The 90s, the 2000s, or the 2010s?
For innovation, you said?
Which decade had the strongest run for hip hop innovation?
Real quick.
I know what innovation means.
At least
I think I know what it means. That's when people know how to talk like other people, right?
I think it's the 90s.
Personally. What is wrong with you, Daryl? Oh, Jesus.
That's not innovations? What is that?
Can you explain to Gerald what innovations is so he don't look stupid when he give his answer?
Okay.
No. Look it up like you normally do.
Can't.
Lying.
Well, I gave my answer. I said 90s. And the reason why I feel like it's the 90s is because I think the 90s had maybe was the most transformative. Like there was so many different like lanes that were opening up from the beginning all the way to the end. Because by the end, we were really, really starting to venture more into like, Southern rap, and that was getting really big. But I wouldn't say the 80s because I just feel like it was still there was still a set tone.
Nobody said the 80s.
I was like,
I said the 80s.
No, she said the 90s.
Oh, you said the 90s. You did. You did say that. I'm sorry. But no, I still stick with the 90s. I still feel like that was the most I feel like it was the most transformative and most innovative was the 90s.
I'm going to say the 90s too. I think artists were the most authentic in the 90s. I think as we progress later on in life, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the 2000s we didn't have any authenticity, but yeah, that was a big one for me. And I'm not saying that, but I just think that being authentic in the 90s was a badge of honor. You wanted to be your own person. You wanted to be different. You didn't want to be like the next man. So
I'm going to 2000s with technology. I think that evolved what great music was into the 90s to what we have today. Like we even got new sounds. There's such thing called drill rap now. All that comes from the 2000s. And you ain't got to like it, but I'm just saying, like, you can't say the innovation was great. You can't say the innovation was greater in the 90s and the 2000s. I just think with technology, things kind of evolved to what they are today. Now, the 2010s, I'm not even going to touch that. I think that's a lot of whatever. But yeah, I'm going to say the 2000s.
Definitely the 90s because I feel like versatility was at its highest, and it also adaptability was also what was highest in the 90s because you had people adapting to different different styles, different genres, different styles of music as far as production wise is concerned. Now, I I I would say 2000s they had that same feel to it too, but I feel like it was highest in the 90s from my view.
I'm going to go with the 90s leading into the 2000s just because it kind of gave that opening. But um, they started opening up to new ideas and, trying to do different things, give different sounds. So I'm going to go with the 90s leading into the 2000s for me.
You cheated with that one, but it's all good.
I cheated?
Yeah.
How?
You gave two answers.
I said the 90s going into the 2000s. You could have said that. I didn't say you couldn't say that. I just said I didn't say the 80s.
You know what? Cool. You got it.
Just saying. But if you want me to just give one decade, then I'll give the 2000s. But
no, I want you to stay with your one answer, your first answer. It was beautiful.
It was really leading into it. So starting at the end.
You know what? Honestly, I gotta give the 2010s a little bit of credit at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you got artists of color stepping into different genres that we never saw before. Not to say that there wasn't black country star singers in the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s. Not to say people of color wasn't doing rock and roll in those decades, but at the end of the day, I feel like as time goes on, we do see innovation continue to happen. I know we won't get invited to the Country Music Awards. I know we have yet to win at those award shows. So Shabuzi hasn't won.
No, I was talking about maybe lock the door and turn the lights down. That's my shit.
That's everyone's shit. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, like, I do see the innovation happen at an increased rate over time. I think in the 90s, again, a lot of great music, but I think we were all stuck in the same realm of music. As Pud said, from the 90s into the 2000s, I think the door starts to get opened up. And even today, now, like I said, now you're starting to see artists being accepted in all fields, except where we don't get accepted to the Country Music Awards. But other than that, like, we did see Beyonce drop a whole country album. We did see, people explore other realms. We saw Nelly drop a country album in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't think people that are locked in their same genre, and there's R&B artists that are pop stars now. They're not just locked into being R&B singers. So I do see the innovation happen more and more over the years. And I'm not going to just jump on the 90s train. I can honestly say, that hate me, Professor, but I can see the innovation happen over all 3 decades.
I'm not going to hate you for that. That's a good answer.
Because I jumped on your back for giving 2 answers, but honestly, you look at it.
It wasn't that deep. It's cool.
Yeah.
Let's go to the comments before we.
Randall says, even though I don't like the music, I would say the 2010s, and that's just because the artists understand the business and have more independence.
Very true.
Talk your shit.
Love that answer.
And I can't prove it. But Jay, I know this was you.
It was not. It was not me.
Go ahead and read the comment.
Say that shit.
Go ahead and read it.
I rhyme and I rip bars.
Whoever said that, I see you, bro. I said that.
That was definitely you, Gerald.
That was definitely
right.
It was not me. You
it was you. You're the only one to say that shit.
No, I go bumper clock, a bumper clock, a bumper clock, a rum bum thing. That's what I say. I don't say that. But
when you become,
I fucking quit.
I'm going to appreciate Jay because
1:33.
He waited until an hour and 34 minutes in to start acting the ass. So he gave us time, y'all. Love you for that.
We only got 26 minutes.
Right. Which current artist do you think will be considered a legend 20 years from now?
That's in verses?
No, not
just
a versus.
just
in
just a
general.
legend.
Oh, just-
How
just
current
overall.
Are we talking like last 5 years or 15?
Let's just say the last 5.
Last 5?
Mm,
I'm gonna say
I got
Leon
it.
Thomas. If he stay on the right path and he continue with great music, he can become a legend.
who?
Who?
Leon Thomas.
Oh.
Yeah, I will
Mhm.
agree with that actually.
Mm, is Chris Brown a legend already?
That's not in the last
He's
You
5
said
on
within
years.
the last 5 years.
Oh, you still putting out music in the last 5 years? I'm just asking.
I did say current, but
All right, give him Chris Brown.
no. I'm just asking. Like I'm asking. Like okay,
I did say
but
current. I said, let me reread the question for you. Which current artist do you think will be considered a legend 20 years from now?
Fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. I could see if she continues delivering the music that she's been delivering. Honestly, I'm gonna say K1.
I didn't think you was gonna go there. You know who I thhought you was gonna say?
Who you thought I was
The,
gonna say?
the,
I
the
think-
sisters. Womack.
no.
I could see
I
them
thought you was
too,
gonna say
but
that.
I just really
The
started
Walmart
getting into their musics. I just really started getting into it. But I can see them as well. Because
This is who I
half
thought
the
she was
time-
gonna. I thought she was gonna say Alex Isley.
You know
I was
what?
thinking-
You are absolutely correct. You are
Yes, and
absolutely correct.
that I actually can see.
Now
Like,
those will
she's
be
been
my
consistent.
actual 2 answers.
She's
It's
consistent. I'm not
K1
even gonna
and
sit
it's,
up here and hold you.
Alex
She's
Isley.
very consistent.
Most definitely. And I know it's not within the last 5 years, but if they would just be fucking consistent with their music, I will honestly say the internet as well too.
That's a big only.
That's a teeter on the line.
I know that one was, but
I'm gonna say Eric Bellinger. Again, I know not last 5 years, but I think the man has slept on for his writing pen and his own catalog.
I agree with you.
I also will possibly say Lucky Day if we can get another project from him, and it's somewhere nearly along the lines of his last project. But yeah, that's all I really got. I know Gerald gonna say NBA YoungBoy, but I'm gonna let you tell the people yourself.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, bro. I don't know one song from that man. I can't literally sit up there. I mean, even though I know he's popular and all that good stuff, I don't know. I don't know none of the
Now, who's writing the comments? Reveal yourself.
we know it's you, nigga.
I know
It's good that
That was a little look over to the bait.
Right.
because I looked at the comment too. I saw it the same time y'all did. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
Who's PM?
Hush, because we know it's you,
It's not me.
Lil Yachty.
Cappity cap.
And believe your ass said little boat. The fuck?
Lil who?
Can't believe your ass said little boat.
Lil
Oh.
hilarious.
I'm
quit.
fucking dead.
But
Y'all bugging. That ain't me. Anyway, but
Who you got, Meech?
I'll say only 2 people come to mind. I would say October London.
Ooh.
That's a good one,
Could be
Meech.
one. And I have to say Victoria Monet.
Talk your shit.
I can see that.
Because that's
Yeah.
not even just only with her music, but her writing as well too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people don't take into accountability when they hear or see artists. Even though these artists are artists that sing and rap and do that, they write for a lot of fucking people.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Because before money long came
A lot of
out,
people's
he
pen
wrote
game is
for a lot of
crazy.
people.
A lot of people's pen game is crazy and it's slept on. It is
Absolutely.
very much slept on.
I'm gonna say a name, but it's specifically the Rage Bay area.
Oh Lord.
Brent Fires. Almost.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think Brent gonna be a legend, you on that 70s heroin that Eli was talking about too.
That CC.
Oh, you on that Blue Brother special, huh?
I won't necessarily say that he will be a legend, but he will be a name that is cemented within a certain sound of R&B that's been happening between, I would say, 2011 to now, to be honest. And that's the toxic, dark sounding.
You is
absolutely pushing it. That you teetering on the line with that one though.
You pushing it.
But that's what I said.
Man has not won but his name will be remembered for any of his projects.
Wait. Eric, the hell with the awards, because a lot of people have named, they haven't won awards. But to even say he cemented into some, to say he cemented into some R&B is
no.
Does he have his own style of R&B? Maybe so.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
There's plenty of people who does Brent Fayez type work. Vito, baby, he's one of them. Vito has the same type of style as Brent Fayez have.
Vito.
Huh?
You said disagree? Vito, right? You were talking about Vito.
Is my shit lagging? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, because you talk about one, but everybody said Vito at the exact same time.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me. But
I agree with you.
You know what? Listen. I'm gonna take my biases out of it. Gerald, get the fuck out the comments with your Ray J.
Because look, this one right here, after he did it, he looked up and said, "Yeah, Jay, we know it's you. We know
it is not me."
Damn shame.
Listen, Brent Fayez. Again, I know I'm not the biggest fan, but I do give him credit for his body of work. At the end of the day, again, I'll take my biases out of it and say, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, or maybe not the fan of the magnitude that you are, but at the end of the day, he does make music and does have a sound that does belong in R&B music today, or during the time he was today, whatever. Like Jay said, to be cemented in something, he ain't that. He ain't that yet. I do want to see more from him, and I hope he delivers that. But at the end of the day, like I don't know if he's gonna be a legend. I don't want you to get your.
But that's why. But that's why I said maybe not necessarily legend status, but as far as his name being remembered specifically for a certain side
insane, not seeming
is there.
All right, cool. If we say that, then Gerald answer is absolutely correct. Ray J, you're right. One wish.
That's not my answer. I didn't.
It is your answer. One wish was a decade. One wish was a decade that we still look back to.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna hit it first.
Formal Invite was my shit back in the day. That was my shit. And Wait a Minute. I don't care what y'all talking about.
Damn, I forgot about Wait a Minute.
I'll be honest with you. Lil Kim saved Wait a Minute.
Thank you. We are agreeing again, Heather. We right here tonight.
And Neptune saved both songs.
That is crazy.
If it wasn't for you, cannot tell.
Little Kim saved that song.
Hold on.
Yes. And the Neptunes.
Hey, you agree with her twice. In 15 minutes.
Yes.
Shocking.
Ooh.
Very shocking.
But we never agree.
History has been made on UTR's Talk Your Shit.
Him saved it. That's crazy. Now, Meech comment of the Neptunes, I can understand that part, but Lil Kim saved
I was like getting to that as well.
What are you talking about, Gerald?
Who don't like the Neptunes?
You don't.
That's cap. Don't do that. I never said that. I never said nothing negative about the Neptunes.
Name two Neptune songs.
Lemon and
Lap Dance. All right.
Grinding.
All right, be careful how you talk. We got somebody from Virginia in the comments right now that reps heavily.
Grinding.
Oh, we supposed to be
Mr.
scared?
Me Too.
All I'm saying is that when it comes down to those two Ray J songs, the reason why the Neptunes beats is what made niggas was like, oh, that shit sound hard. And Lil Kim saved that first song.
Y'all playing in my face now. Y'all playing.
That's heartbreaking. I can't even sit up here and lie. Like that's crazy.
Ray J, One Wish had nothing to do with nothing else but Ray J. Now, Lil Kim did save his ass on Wait a Minute.
No, I was specifically talking about Formal Invite. I was talking about Formal Invite and Wait a Minute. Now
it's the little one and it's not Bow Wow. That was a great verse. That great little line, Lil Kim.
Ain't that Brandy's brother?
Wait a minute. Thank you.
They both come from that fucking person.
Guess what? What Ray J lines are we saying? I'm from the land of women.
Juicy.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You're from Carson. That's where you're from.
I think they do that in Carson. I think they got women in Carson, if I'm not mistaken.
You still going to the Carson Mall, ain't you?
Hey, no, I don't go to the Carson Mall.
As a matter
I'm going to the Carson Mall, but my hairstylist is behind the mall, so I'll be like in the vicinity.
They got a good
been in that
shoe cleaner
motherfucker
guy
once.
in the
There's
mall.
a goddamn hallway.
Nah, they got a Tony Roma's over there. I don't like that mall. Go ahead, continue.
They have an In-N-Out over there now too.
I heard.
Let me go to the comments really quickly. Again, Jay, get the fuck out the goddamn comments.
Wasn't me.
Not Mr. It's cold in Minnesota.
Randall said
out of here.
Randall said Tyler the Creator. I will agree with that. Even though he wasn't within the last 5 years. Yeah, that ain't gonna argue on that one at all. Eli says.
You not.
Eli says, Sasha Keeble, if she paced these next couple of projects out well, her trajectory is special. Her vocals and pen, chef kiss. Yeah, I do agree with that about Sasha
Keeble's music.
Yeah, she got a voice on her. I will say
that. I gotta listen to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Again, get the fuck out the comments, Jay.
wasn't in the comments. I was right here with y'all.
If you can say your boy, you can say Ray J.
Mm-hmm. Eli says the artist.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It says the artist who can't just write but compose an album and move the imagination is who is going to be considered a legend in the next 20 years.
So y'all can take back your bullshit answers now, including Little Boat, Ray J. What's
Whoever
his name?
said Little Boat and Ray J, I need to take those answers back.
You know what? I'm surprised you even say Bryson Tiller. Ain't you a big
Actually,
Bryson Tiller?
I was gonna say Bryson Tiller, but when y'all sat here ripped apart, I was like, ain't no way.
Wait. What? You putting Bryson Tiller and Brent Fires in the same aspect?
In the same boat. They do the same
What I'm
shit.
saying is that Bryson, not to say that nothing else after Trap Soul wasn't good, but that was the main
he kicked the door open with Trap Soul. You got to give him that.
But I say the same thing about him though, as far as again his name within R&B and his sound that was pivotal for R&B at that time too. Like when you really think about it, when Bryson came out, that is when everything really did start switching over to more of a trap soul sound in R&B period.
I can understand that.
So yeah, I do got to give him his flowers on that for sure. And Ren, yeah, actually I agree with that too. He said Anderson .Paak. You thinking about it, Jay?
I was. Legendary within the next 20?
Definitely, I would suggest listening. I would listen to Venice, Malibu, Oxnard, and Ventura. Those 4 projects,
they're great
especially
projects.
Oxnard.
They're great projects, but again, I think we're not taking legendary status serious enough tonight.
No, but I take it seriously.
I'm just saying in the next 20 though.
When we say legendary, we're talking among the greats of like who? James Brown, Michael Jackson,
Luther Vandross, and fucking
Can y'all imagine saying the names that y'all said just a few minutes ago, Ray J, Lil Yachty, in the names of like Michael Jackson?
Well,
Gerald?
that is more of. I mean, we know that those are troll comments, but
I'm saying, but even the real comments.
But I will say this though: you also have to take into consideration what the sounds are and what what they're changing to, because we can go based upon that. Like the artists that you're bringing up that we're considering as legends, we also have to understand what time period that was in the sound it was. It may these certain artists also may be considered as legendary later on as well because of their sound during this particular time as well. Like it's different. Like it will be hard to sit here and try to place. It'll be kind of hard to try to place details and certain things that we use for certain artists that came out at that time versus now. I don't know. Am I? Maybe I might be.
Again, we're only saying. Hard. I know it's an opinion question, so at the end of the day, I'm not knocking no one's opinion. But two, I just think, are we? So everyone who has like change, influence, or created like a trend in music, do they deserve to be legendary? Is that what we're saying?
No, but it also depends on what is everybody's definition of legendary too.
But that's why I asked, like, who's in your legendary book now? Because at the end of the day, like,
and then music has changed. So the decades, as she said, has changed. So the legendary status.
So the legendary list or qualifications should change too, then, right?
They will change eventually because everybody is not the same, especially because what you have for rappers may not be the same thing for singers. So what you have for country music is stuff like that.
But at the end of the day, we already have classic or legendary rappers. We already have classic and legendary singers, and so on and so on. So there is a measuring. It still is a measuring stick to compare to at the end of the day. Is what I'm really trying to say.
Absolutely, right? You're absolutely right. But at the same time, sometimes it might have to change a little bit just because music is evolving.
And then also,
Gerald, go to the corner. You're talking to. Sit all the way back. I don't want to see your face. I don't want to see your vape. Just go to
the corner. The comment.
You saw what comment?
Your comment.
I didn't comment. I've been sitting here listening to this beautiful dialect between you two, and I'm getting blamed for shit. I don't understand.
Anyways,
back to whatever you say, Pinocchio.
To everyone's answer, I do see the upside and the potential of all these people being put in somewhat of a legendary status. It's maybe right now it's kind of hard to kind of see it because again, we don't know what will happen for 20 years from now. At the end of the day, I think everybody names, except for the troll names Gerald said, are great answers. I don't want to take nothing away from all the artists. I think they're personal fans of all of us, except for the ones that I knew and the ones I don't know. I will go back and check them out at a later time. But I think we should throw some more notable names in there that's longer than 5 years. And to be honest, I'd take one off of Jay's book from earlier. I think Beyonce deserves legendary status. At the end of the day, she's a great performer. She has a long longevity in the industry. She has a huge community of followers. I think she influenced.
And you're absolutely right. You got to take the bias out of that situation when you do that, and you're right.
I think legendary status goes on then more than just music sometimes as well. And sometimes that can be great and help them out to get legendary status, and sometimes it can hurt them their legendary status. But at the end of the day, let's just take everyone's favorite of all time, which is Michael Jackson. His music speaks for itself. His entertainment speaks for itself. That the allegations kind of hurt him, yes. But at the end of the day, I don't think we can take away those allegations. Don't hurt his music legendary status. I think it hurts his status as a person per se.
Right. I mean, they did the same thing with Prince. It was talked that he was gay, he was this, he was that, but it still didn't take away from the man and the music. You know what I'm saying? If you can hold that, whatever they say about you don't matter.
So now I'm going back to what I said a couple questions ago. Is R. Kelly a legend?
Yes.
Yes.
No. I'm just asking.
That was your question earlier, though. Your question was about a versus and whether people will sell the show.
Well, going back to my answer, but I'm just saying, does what he did behind the music hurt his status of being a legend
to some, it could hurt his status.
It will. And I think
not to
same thing
everyone don't feel
for
that same way.
same
If
thing
you're
for Diddy.
unable- if
I
you're-
think him going to jail for the charges he did, I think will hurt his status. I think, you know, people are not going to be as open. But look to this very time, like even today, Chris Brown gets a lot of pushback for what him and Rihanna went through when he was a little kid. Like he'll never fully outgrow those shadows of what he did to Rihanna, and that happened now quite a bit of time ago at this point. So.
Yeah, he was 18.
And the reason why it hurt him even more is because before that, he did an interview talking about how his mom was abused and he don't tolerate men hitting women. So then for you to have that and then go around and quote unquote hit her and do this, that hurt him more because of the interview he did.
And then like to this very day, you're still like getting in trouble over like domestical type shit. Like it tells
That's
me
what I was
like,
gonna say.
Are you really rehabilitated at this point? Like did you get off too easily from this Rihanna stuff?
Because I get people are still, they will always continuously use that as the pure example because, you know, it was the thing that was out there the most. Like it's pretty much the first thing they ever broke to fuck up his image completely. But yes, the continuance of the aggressive behavior is why motherfuckers are like, it ain't just about what happened then. It's the fact that he's had continued situations. The nigga just had court at the beginning of the year.
Because I was gonna ask.
Or something?
Yeah, like he hit somebody in the head with the bottle. Like this nigga's had it
several. Because I was gonna say, like, let's just say that Chris Brown didn't get in any trouble from the time of the Rihanna incident all the way till now. That and would his slate be wiped clean?
No.
If he hadn't, like I said, if he hadn't been in the news, he just been performing, putting out the music that he puts out, and he hasn't had any domestic. Of course, you know, his house got robbed and, you know, all that other stuff, but he hadn't been in the news for domestic violence.
The reason why I say no, because there are a lot of people that take domestic violence serious. It don't matter how long you did it or when you did it, you did it. So it still will hurt him in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
But it wouldn't hurt him. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I also feel like because like they'll always use it as an aha moment, no matter what. They're always going to bring that. It's a stain that will never go away. However, he would have a better argument of them bringing up old shit if he did actually have that clean slate, because it's like, look, he actually has not done anything in that type of energy since this situation. But again, because he continued, it's like, nigga, you just keep proving the fuck. Okay.
Even if he had a clean record ever since then, they was never going to give him a fresh start. Like,
yeah, they weren't gonna let it go.
I think Denzel said it best when Will Smith went on stage and slapped Chris Rock, that people will only remember you from your worst moments, opposed to all the thousands and millions of great moments you did. So at the end of the day, even someone as big as Will Smith has smut on his name for what he did to Chris Rock at that one award show. Not calling Will Smith a bad guy, but he allowed his character to get the best of him in a moment that he probably should have never allowed it to get there. So, yeah.
Unfortunately, we're all and things happen, but we just still have to learn how to control our emotions.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to control
I would say that's easier said than done.
Facts. Oh, absolutely.
Because we do have cases where emotions get the better of us, and sometimes those emotions can spiral out of control to where maintaining and containing it seems like a mission impossible.
Very true, but at the end of the day, like, these are not everyday people. At the end of the day, these people go through PR training. At the end of the day, yeah, you always have a spotlight on you, so you really can't. You're not allowed to be human sometimes, and that's why these people rather stay up in their own communities and not be bothering everybody else. But at the end of the day, again, it sucks that even us as everyday people, we like to think that once we pay our steps to society, that we should still be judged by those same standards anymore.
So I do understand both sides of the coin. If I'm being totally honest with you guys,
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, because I
And
mean, regardless of all the PR training, you still are a human, in my opinion.
it just depends on
you are.
what has been done as well too. It's just there are just those things that's just it's hard for people to like. Yeah, you serve your time. Yeah, you understand, but the emotion behind the action is just it's not gonna go away,
And
unfortunately.
and also under the same breath, it's like once you have that stigma to your name, like do you really have the ability to look yourself in the mirror and pretty much say, can I do I have the ability to move past said stigma? And do you have the mentality to grow past said stigma? Because because as we touched on it earlier, like some people don't have like the mentality nor the mental room to move past once a stigma is placed on their name. Because once the stigma is placed, uh, you those people that don't have the mentality to go past it, they stay stuck in that same spectrum, and pretty much anything they do after the stigma is placed is pretty much obsolete.
I mean, Dre is a big example. Even though he became one of the most successful producers ever, it's there's always going to be that one person that's going to bring up the D Barnes situation every single time. He will not outrun that. It's like yes, you could be as successful as possible, but there's still those few that are still looking at you as a woman beater. So it's like, or the Michelet situation, or even the situation with his own wife. Like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't. You ain't getting away from that, no matter how much money you've made or how successful you've become.
Okay.
I think being born a certain skin color definitely plays a factor into it as
I
well.
definitely won't say
Yeah.
this and this plays a difference.
That's true because we definitely have seen the differences, when it comes down to. I mean, lately I have been noticing that it's been kind of dissipating that line because they kind of want to throw everyone in the same group of just like, look, we're going after all y'all. Like we don't give a fuck who you are, what your status is, what your color is, but for a
Yeah,
good
but
amount of
they
time.
go a little harder. They
I,
go
I
harder.
I
Listen,
understand that, but what I'm saying is we're
Diddy
in
ain't the
such a
only person
PC
guilty
culture.
for doing the things he did.
I get that. I'm not saying I'm not saying that that's still not happening, but what I have noticed that in this PC culture right now, it don't matter who it is, they are trying to go after each and every person. But yes, one is getting hit harder than the other.
Go after that White House then.
Man.
Man.
So we know that's not going to happen.
Well, I think you should edit your argument just a little bit, but we can go on to the comments.
Please.
Randall says, and he said Anderson Pack. He said Anderson Pack. Eli says, how y'all feel about Big X the plug there? Just wondering. I don't have any words. I don't really listen to his music
He
like
got
that. I'm
potential.
sorry.
He definitely got potential.
Yeah, he's cool. I've heard a couple of his songs.
I think Big X a plug got to be big outside his own city or his own city he lives in before I'm able to give him more praise. But I'm willing to listen to more work that he's going to put out. So I'm not pulling the plug on him just yet. I'm looking forward to more catalog from him, and then we can have another conversation at that point.
All right.
Like the professor said, the potential is there. It's just that we have to listen to a little bit more from him, and pretty much he said it best. If he can grow outside of his city, then definitely the potential is there.
And then he also said his sampling and voice is special. I'm not even gonna read that.
Welcome in.
GMB says, "Man, what the fuck? Bless. Welcome."
What's the deal?
And Eli's. All right. He says Jonathan Majors versus Robert Downey Jr. career shows us that. As far as the comeback, yeah. But I will say Robert was blackballed for a while. Like, he was too much of a liability for a while before he actually got back in. But as far as the pacing, yeah, there's a big difference. Like,
there's a better
Jonathan
comparison.
got another chance, a better chance. He's getting right now.
Agreed, Double A. There's a better comparison. But
I don't want to touch that tonight.
Me either.
Okay. Eli says, understood. I agree.
Go ahead, Jay. You know what to say.
Oh, and we have come to the end of UTR's Talk Your Shit Versus show. Before we get out of here, y'all know what it is, how we do it. We're going to pass the baton to Heather B. Oh, excuse me, Miss Heather B.
Wrong side.
Right.
Miss, you passed the beach, but said Heather.
Heather, if you would please give your last remarks.
Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for participating. Thank you just for showing love, period. Any reactions, we always do appreciate everyone. Sorry, brains fried. Thank you, everyone, for your participation tonight. Make sure that you do follow us on all of our social medias. Make sure that you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. We do go live on both Facebook and YouTube, so whichever is your best preferred to watch, you can definitely do that. We always do appreciate every watch and every like.
Yes, we do.
I don't really have much of any final words. The only thing, just in regards to Verzuz, is what I absolutely loved about Verzuz was always the nostalgia portion. Was always being able to see what the music that you grew up on, the music, your legends, like it provided a positive feeling during a time where it was probably one of the most bleakest in our history. So I appreciate Verzuz for what they provided to everyone when they just needed a moment to escape what was happening in their reality. And I will end it at that.
Talk your shit. Meech.
Why you breathe hard like that?
Because, man, I don't know why, but just
let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook. I'm about to let him cook.
Well, I'm going to say for everyone that came and showed out for the Verzuz show, we definitely appreciate the energy that you brought to tonight's episode. And we're always appreciative to every time you tune into us, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube. We definitely appreciate the interaction and the energy y'all bring in the comment section. And we just want you to continue that same energy going forward as the season progresses. Now, as far as my final remarks, not really much to touch on. It's just that I would say I definitely love Verzuz for the love of the culture. I definitely love the perspective of Verzuz, of the appreciation of two catalogs going head to head while under the same breath being the appreciation of not only the artists but also the fan base. And I just want Verzuz to always keep that in mind when it came down to the verses, when it comes down to the verses going forward, and to see if, and I just want verses to continue to not only showcase that perspective, but also give the flowers to the artists that we love growing up. And that's 100.
Okay. Double A.
I would say this show means a lot to me. Anyone who's been rocking with us since day one knows that we started our show with being a Verzuz show. We was on the show with Stacy, who was in the chat earlier, and big ups to you, much respect to you. We brought this group together during the pandemic, during the time that we was all locked in the house on behalf of Heather B. And she was, we all was music people, and we came together on the love of music. So this show has it kind of holds a deep place in my heart because our very, very first show was a versus battle show. And then again, we all came together based off our love for music. So I do appreciate this show more than you guys will ever know. We've been rocking together since then and haven't really looked back since. You know, we have had tremendous growth. And I think someone said before the show, you know, looking back, you know, we look crazy to now looking like this. And I definitely respect the growth and love the growth. But with growth being said, I wish the verses that we once loved watching during the pandemic time, I wish they would show a little bit of growth, and not stay in that same box that they're stuck in. And a little bit of innovation and creativity won't hurt nobody. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work, then they should go back to the drawing board. But at the end of the day, I just feel like there's a lot of lanes to dive into. I think they just touching the peak of the surface, and if they really wanted to even throw some money behind it, I think we'll get even more results. I'm not in no one's pockets. I don't know what they get per viewer, but I think that Versus has made plenty of money over time. So I just think that it's time to kind of maybe go back to the drawing board, have some more innovation, show a little bit of growth, and keep us entertained. Because at the end of the day, that's all it is. At the end of the day, anyways, entertainment. So with that being said, I do appreciate you all, and I do see you all on the next show.
Talk your shit. Like Miss Heather B said, follow us on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just to piggyback a little bit off of what Double H said, we have come a long way from where we first started. And we put a lot into these shows, and to actually come back full circle with a versus show is kind of a crazy thought. But just to continue on with my final thought, yeah, nostalgia is probably the main core of it, because it was something to look at while we were in a crisis in the world, excuse me. And I think I furthermore enjoyed it when you were able to get them backstories, as everybody said on this panel and everybody in the comments said, when you were able to get those backstories and you were able to find out history behind the music that you probably didn't know, and that you were able to see the thought process, or even possibly even take a look back in the room when that person had that song or made that song. So if we can get back to that, I think it will be better, but who knows? Because like I said, I don't see any quote unquote legends, or I mean, a lot of the verses that were opponent versus opponent were good tonight, and they would be good to see. So I hope in the near future we see some of them verses that the 4 other individuals on this panel had brought up. And I'm going to leave it at that.
I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in, that everybody watched. Thank you to Verzuz, because without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. Giving me 4 extra people in my family. We might not be blood, but we could be no closer. Let music help tell your story. Sometimes music can tell your story better than words can. It's okay to listen to different music, different genres. Be open to music. You never know. You might be skipping over somebody great just because that's not the genre that you're used to listening to. But with that being said, just live life, love, and laugh. And I'm out.
And with that being said, we have come to the end of UTR's Talk Your Shit Verzuz show. And we are out of here. Take care of yourselves and each other. We love y'all.
Yeah. Talk your shit. Heather be the creator. Call the name. 4 in the room, 1 fire in the flame. Jada rebel, he don't play it safe. The professor breaks it down with grace. Meech in the cut, got the real talk lock. Double A, got the bounce that rocks. We bring the edge, we bring the soul. 1 short, 1 wave, 1 share, go. Say what you mean what you say. Every seat's a front row when we step on the way. Say it loud, don't hold back. This is the spot where the truth runs back. UTR, talk your shit. UTR, talk your shit. J, Professor Meech double A. UTR, talk your shit. Talk your shit. UTR, talk your shit. Heather B sets it off tonight. UTR, talk your shit. Talk